I thought I needed more content because in my head, I thought more content meant more growth. Hey, what's up? I'm Angelica Stanley, and I'm here to tell you that I was completely wrong. On today's episode of The Peaceful CEO, I'm continuing on our second part of this 5 series of if I started my business over again, I would what, right? And today it is stop creating so much. Now, I'm talking to you about this because inside of the Christian Women Biz Collective, you can click the link below and get started. The starter roadmap is where I teach you how to identify your ideal client and just kind of pull things out of you to get the ball rolling, okay? And the reason I'm doing this is, I'm going to be honest with you, straight up. This has to do with you being in a position to accept the fact that as you are building business, you're going to grow. Who you serve is going to change. And the person may not change, but this creative way in how you serve them is going to naturally evolve, okay? So get used to growth now, because growth can be uncomfortable. Growth can take time, right? It's a slow cooker, okay? It's sometimes it feels like that Sunday barbecue where you marinated the meat for a couple of days, and then you called so and was like, hey, can you bring the buns? Can you bring this? Can you bring that? And all you're doing is supplying the place and and a rack of ribs. And everyone else is bringing the sides and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is sometimes we're putting out so much stuff, but we haven't received what people are telling us in order to convert. And if someone is coming to you with a problem, you have a solution, right? So here's the reason why I thought more content meant more growth, okay? I was completely wrong, and here's why. Content overload. I was putting out content for what? People liked it. I grew my YouTube channel. My podcast has, thousands of downloads. But what was the point? What was the clear strategy? The next thing was course overload. I had built courses. I had done all these things for what? Because I could do it. Because I'm going to do this. Did I validate it? Did I look at it? Is it a solution that people really wanted? Right? The other thing was too many offers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If I have another person come to me and say, I have all of these offers and I have, that's totally great. I love that you have that because I have it too. I have a toolkit full of things that if I'm meeting somebody and they need something, I have a massive bag that I can pull something out of and give it to them as a gift, right? I can do that. But when you have so many offers, and I know we're multifaceted, multi-creative, whatever. I totally get all those fancy languages and things that we say. But the truth is we just lack discipline to stay with one thing and let that be fruitful and multiply. Being scattered is not a fruit. Lacking self-control is not a fruit. Being greedy is not a fruit. Oh, yes, I'm saying it. So having too many offers was something that, again, it was the overconsumption of content and seeing what everyone was telling me to do and all this and not heeding the Holy Spirit. Now, I'm all for you road mapping what God gave you as the vision. That's not what hear me when I say this. I'm all for that. Outline it. Absolutely. I work with my clients inside of the Biz Collective with one-on-one classes and courses and things like that, but one-on-one time with me to where we map it out. We have that. And I'm going to be honest with you, everything that they create, it comes to pass. Like they're like, wow, this is what God said and it's happening. But it was the steps that they needed in order to steward that roadmap that they were missing. Okay? It was the piece that they needed in order to steward what they were given. So this is the example. The next thing is the too many ideas. We have all these ideas, but we feel like they're right now, or we have to do them right now. I need you to catch that idea like a bubble, and I need you to surrender, like taking captive our thoughts, right? And I say, God, is this of you? Yes or no? Okay. That's 2 Corinthians 10:5. Because in that chapter, Paul is defending his ministry. So you have to defend your ministry because the enemy is going to come to kill, steal, and destroy. He's going to come to plant seeds. So if you're not taking captive thoughts, you're going to start doing things, too many ideas that are not even relevant to what God has called you and created you to do. All because you're thinking more and more and more and more. I need to do this because you're listening to everybody else. So here is my point when I say this. Too many ideas. And why this is important. Take that idea. Square it with God. Is this of you? Is this an alignment? Does this coincide with your word? What is the root of this, right? And if it is of God, then you have the second question and say, okay, is this a now idea, or is this a later idea, a future idea? And this is where, like, you can sticky note queen, like, I love me some sticky notes, or you can use like Trello or your notes app and just have a note, and it's like backlog of all your ideas, and put them on there and use them and keep that, right? And I like to do this usually like quarterly, where I'll go through even at the end of the month, and I'll go through and I'll navigate and say, oh, okay, like I need to focus on this now. All right. So then that's how we kind of combat like the too many offers and the too many ideas, because if it doesn't fit the roadmap, if it doesn't, and I have these ideas, where can I put it when it is like confirmed? Okay, this is from God, right? Now, here's the thing that I want to talk to you about, and why I thought more content meant more growth. And I'm going to end on this. I was lied to from people that were considered gurus, and I was ignoring the Holy Spirit because I was new at this. Because anytime I try to take a business course with somebody or do something, like God was literally teaching me, discipling me, showing me like, daughter, this is how I want you to do business, because I know the plans that I have for you and I've called you to do this, but you're not going to do it the world's way. You're going to do it the way that your first fruits are truly what you want to give me first of. Like, it's fruitful, right? I'm thinking Cain and Abel type of stuff. Like, you're going to give me what you're able to give because you want to give, because you're following the plans that I have for you. Okay? And this is where God was speaking to me, and I'm so grateful for this, in the sense of repetition builds trust. And it took me back to processing and thinking about how many obstacles have I gone through in my life that I felt like it was a revolving door, but really it was God saying, I am with you. I am with you. Do you trust me now? Do you see? I've never left you nor forsaken you. So I had the thought like, oh my goodness, that's what my people need to see. They need to see that I'm still consistent talking about the same things, your daily life, your routine, your mindset, Faith, family, and business. Faith, family, and business. Faith, family, and business. I don't care how much money you make. How's your faith? How's your family? And how's your business, right? I don't care how great you look. How's your faith? How's your family? And how's your business? I don't care, that you got a new house. How's your faith? How's your family? And your business? Okay? Because you're called to steward a lot. So what does that look like? And repetition of the same faith, family, and business, it's a level of accountability. Okay? The peaceful CEO shift creates less, okay? But you're teaching deeper. You're no longer surface level. You're talking about real, raw, and relatable things, okay? You're talking about things that actually provide people a transformation, okay? Faith, family, and business. I stand on those because that is how the Lord gave me the plans, because he has the plans for me. And he's like, this is the order in which I want you to conduct things. Okay. So to close this, I want to ask you, as we're, going deeper, what is one message God keeps bringing you back to? What is one message that God keeps bringing you back to? And I want you to sit with that, process it, go for a prayer walk, journal, meditate, whatever it is that you need to do. And just ask God, like, why do you keep bringing this back to me? Is this a now idea? How do you want me to unpack this? Is this something that you want me to truly take and segment it into a bunch of different things? And what does this look like? And I will tell you right now that the Lord will truly knock your socks off. He is going to bless you. It is going to fill you and just restore you, because all of this overload and go, and burnout is the world's way of being like the tortoise and the hare. The world is the hare and the tortoise is you becoming the peaceful CEO, being faithful with little, so that you can multiply. God will multiply that which you've been a good, faithful steward of. So if you have 50 million thousand things and they're chaotic and scattered and all this stuff, I have this idea, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and it's not in order, it's everywhere, can he trust you with that? Or if you slow down and start to mature in those things, that one message that God keeps bringing you back to is probably the very thing that the enemy has been trying to distract you with, all of the shiny objects and everything else, because he's afraid that once you step into obedience, you'll truly walk in being the peaceful CEO, the conduit in which the transformation you provide, the services you provide, it pulls people into the peace of God. Because it's not by might, it's nor by power, but it's by the Spirit of the living God. And so when you're able to do that and become that, you're not just a business or an entrepreneur. You're not just a minister. You are truly doing the work of God. You're being a light in a dark place. So what is the one message God keeps bringing you back to? And are you ready? Let's get it done as a peaceful CEO.